Saw dudes. I recently played Warlock again and realized that it's a ton of fun. I gravitated towards the Arc subclass due to the inclusion of Ark Souls, little buddies that fire bolts of arc energy at enemies without the need for input. These guys were amazing to have since they can clear adds and can put in some respectable boss damage, both of which are improved when we are amplified. Even better, we can give them teammates through our rifts. This Warlock build aims to provide heavy crowd control, ability energy regeneration, and supplemental damage to an entire team through the use of the Fallen Sunstar exotic helmet. That isn't to say you can't run this build solo, as you'll be easily able to bring it to endgame content. Be sure to stick around for some big maths. Let's get started. When it comes to super, you can choose either Stormtrance or Chaos Reach, as both just got buffed with the release of Season 21. Stormtrance had its damage buffed by 25%, the damage ramp up period decreased to 3 seconds, and now jolts targets hit by the initial landfall blast. Chaos Reach, on the other hand, received the same damage buff of 25%, and now jolts targets on consecutive hits. Either super is just fine, but I chose to run Chaos Reach for the burst DPS and ease of use. For the Rift, I ran Healing Rift because it helps with survivability and team life support. For the Glide, I chose Burst Glide for the added mobility and speed of travel. For the melee, you can choose either Ball Lightning or Chain Lightning. Both are fun, but Chain Lightning jolts targets. I ran Ball Lightning because it can lock down an area from a distance. For the Grenade, you can run anything you want. I chose Pulse Grenade so that areas can be locked down while I focus a boss. For the aspects, I ran with Electrostatic Mind and Arc Soul. Electrostatic Mind spawns an ionic trace upon killing a blinded or jolted target, feeding into our ability energy and Fallen Sunstar, and causing us to be amplified. Arc Soul gives our little buddies fire support and increases our effective damage just a little bit. For fragments, I ran Spark of Shock, Beacons, Amplitude, and Resistance. Shock gives us the ability to drill targets and stun overload champions. Beacons allows us to blind crowds. Amplitude gives us another source of orb generation, and Resistance makes us just a little tankier so that we can run in with more confidence. You can also choose to run other fragments, but these work best for me in most content. Let's move on to the armor and mods. For Fallen Sunstar, I equipped Special Ammo Finder, Harmonic Siphon, and Ashes to Assets. Ashes to Assets can be swapped for Heavy Ammo Finder if you'd like. On the arms, I ran Impact Induction, Grenade Kickstart, and Momentum Transfer. For the chest, I chose to use Harmonic Resistance, Solar Resistance, and Void Resistance. Each of them can be swapped for Reserves mods. The legs had Innervation, Recuperation, and Elemental Charge, and on the bond, I equipped Reaper, Bomber, and Outreach. Moving on to the artifact, I chose to use Technicolor Siphon, Electric Armor, Thunderous Retort, Amped Up, Shock and Awe, and Lightning Strikes twice. Electric Armor extends Amplification, Thunderous Retort increases super damage, Amped Up grants us damage resistance, Shock and Awe calls down lightning that jolts targets, and Lightning Strikes twice increases grenade regen. For the weapons, I've been rocking the Valve Disciple SMG, Submission, the exotic Fusion Rifle, Delicate Tomb, and Hothead. Submission grants chunks of health on reload, with the amount increasing for each enemy killed. This helps a ton in sticky situations and can provide extra survivability. Delicate Tomb is massive for the build. Collecting ionic traces overcharges the gun, causing it to jolt on the next hit, essentially giving us on-demand volt shot. This makes it an ad clear powerhouse. Not only that, with the use of Spark of Beacons, we can blind crowds of ads and chunkier units. Remember, Fallen Sunstar increases the ability regen from said traces and the speed at which they approach us, really doubling down on our damage output. Finally, Hothead is our go-to heavy weapon. It's a reliable rocket launcher, and with explosive light, we can easily melt bosses. I wanted to go over Arc Souls briefly since they are a pretty neat addition to the kit. Arc Souls fire in 3-round bursts when unamplified and 5-round bursts when amplified. Each bullet hits Carl for 3,139 damage. Multiplied by 5, that is 15,695 damage per burst. Assuming that the soul fires its burst once every 2 seconds, we would be left with 7,847 DPS. Now let's create an example in a raid. Assuming the whole 6-man team is unamplified and possesses an Arc Soul, we would fire off 18 shots every 2 seconds collectively. This was put out 56,502 damage. Assuming a raid boss damage phase is 10 seconds, we're giving the whole team an extra 282,000 damage without buffs and debuffs. Remember, this is just napkin math, but has been used to great lengths in real encounters. That being said, Arc Warlocks are now one of the best support classes as nothing passes up free damage that requires no aiming or prep. I hope you all enjoyed the video. I know it's late, but I am using a new editor and trying my best to keep up quality. Have a great day.